Welcome to our Cheltenham preview. We're looking ahead to the big race on the Thursday, the Ladbroke World Hurdle. Can big bucks do it again? I'm going to be putting that question very soon to two guys who know exactly what they're talking about. The first is Mick Fitzgerald. 14 times he's rode a winner into the Cheltenham Festival. And Andrew Gibson is a man who's back plenty. He is a professional gambler. So guys, let's look ahead to the Ladbroke World Hurdle. These are the entries for the big race on the Thursday over the 3 miles. And, well, big bucks, there it is, going for what, a fourth straight win. Incredible horse, but of course he always has that flat patch, doesn't he, halfway through a race. Now, what else have we got in this? Well, Willie Mullins, of course, has got 7 entered in this. What's he got? Mikel Dagonet, Final Approach, Murad there. Oscar Whisky at the bottom. That, of course, could well be the big rival. They've elected to go this route rather than the Champion Hurdle. Also, we've got some lovely horses here. The Giant Balls, 1,000 Stars. Lovely grey horse side. Could be interesting. Quavega, well, or Volda, Love Odette, Colin Murphy's runner. So those are the entries. What price with Ladbrokes is the, well, big bucks 9 to 4 on, guys. Oscar Whisky 4 to 1, 1,000 Stars 7s, and basically 12 to 1 and upwards the rest. Let's have a look at big bucks winning. Well, which one do you want? This is him in the Lochderg at Ascot. Absolutely outstanding.
Big Bucks is now in complete command from Dynast, then Restless Harry. Behind these in 5 Dream. It's never over until the final flight, and Big Bucks sails over it. 5 Dream in second with Restless Harry, and back in 4th place was Dynast. Briefly on the home turn, it looked maybe as if there was a pretender to staying Bucks crown, but staying is the name of the game for Big Bucks. 14 consecutive successes over hurdles. The highest rated jumping horse in training lands the Lochderg Long Walk Hurdle. Big Bucks beats in the second 5 Dream.
Can he be beaten in the Ladbroke World Hurdle?
He's going to be beaten one day.
Yeah.
And could this be the year?
Well, that's what I'm asking you.
There's no doubt. His price reflects his ability.
94.
He's a very good horse.
Yeah.
But you said it when you opened. He goes through a flat spot in a race. One day, something is going to capitalise on it. Yeah. And I think I don't want to see any champion beaten. No. But I think he's going to be beaten one day, and I think, you know, could this be the time? I think you've got to look at horses that haven't raced against him before. There's very few who haven't taken him on, but Oscar Whisky hasn't. He brings champion hurdle form to the table, and you know.
I like him. I think he's absolutely outstanding, Oscar Whisky. Before I get on to Oscar Whisky, I know we've got to show you because he has fallen in the past. But what about this horse? 9 to 4 on. He should be the special bet for the odds-on guys.
Well, do you think so? I mean, it's really interesting. I would say Hurricane Fly is head and shoulders above his field, but here, as Mick said, it's different fall blinds. We don't actually know how Big Bucks will compete against Oscar Whisky and 1,000 Stars stepping up from the Champion Hurdle.
Good call.
So we need to remain open-minded about that. Obviously, I mean, he's 15 from 15. He's won all 6 races at Cheltenham. He's got Ruby Walsh on board. He's versatile with ground. He's a worthy favourite, without a doubt, isn't he? But 4 to 9, is he the strongest favourite of the week? I would say I'd prefer Hurricane Fly and possibly Quavega to him as the strong favourites of the week. Very
interesting. So now let's see, if there is to be beaten, which horse will beat him. Oscar Whisky obviously comes into it. Remember, though, at Ascot, he was coming to challenge Overturn, wasn't he, when this happened, Mick?
Yeah, I was at Ascot on this day, and I'm a huge fan of this horse. Yes. I really am. But the horse needed the run here. And he took on a horse who's an absolute
Christian
fighter in Overturn. A horse that will not go down without a scrap. And the thing is he was just beaten by a race-fit rival and one that, you know, I think was more ready on the day. I'm a huge Oscar Whisky fan. He's run at Cheltenham over 2 miles 5. He won with his head in his chest when he raced around there. I don't think the triple posed too many problems for him. And, you know, I'm a huge fan of this horse.
You think he's going to beat Big Bucks?
I think, like I've said, I think Big Bucks is going to be beaten one day, and I think if he has a flat day, this horse could take advantage.
What do you think?
Oscar Whisky's won 10 from 12 completed starts. He's got the profile of a champion in the making. The step up in trip could easily see him be even better. I think we need to be open-minded about that. For me, Oscar Whisky is a banker place for my each-way multiples. I do a lot of those sorts of bets at the Cheltenham Festival. He's the banker in an awful lot of lines. I'd be really surprised if he doesn't come second or third. If he doesn't win, 4-1, I think. If there is an each-way bet to nothing at the festival, I would say Oscar Whisky's probably it.
What about 1,000 Stars? I mean, Willie's got, what has he got? 7 entered in the race. And we know 1,000 Stars, lovely grey horse, so tough, so genuine, so honest.
Yeah, no doubting its ability as well. It won that hurdle race at Otay, which is 200 grand to the winner. And it takes a good one to do that. You know, some very good horses have tried and failed. And, you know, for me, 1,000 Stars, this could be a bit of a red letter day for this one as well. You know, like if it tries this trip, I think it could be a player. But then he's got Oscar Whisky to beat as well. Yeah, he has. You know, I think that this is probably the sternest test that big bucks will face.
Interesting. Murad, second last year, won and beat Mikel Dagenais in Ireland, so he comes here with strong claims.
Change of tactics here as well, wasn't it? And that may have been the difference. He's run 6 times since he was beaten by big bucks last year. I would say he's done absolutely nothing in the 6 runs to say that you'd have any concerns whatsoever about him reversing that form.
Oh, really? Mikel Dagenais to come out on top?
No, I beg your pardon, reversing the form with big bucks. I don't think, you know, he's done nothing in the 6 runs since the World Hurdle last year that would suggest leave the connections of big bucks concerned in any way.
Which of these two finishing first and second that day, Murad and Mikel Dagenais, will finish in front of the other at Cheltenham?
Well, Murad will confirm that superiority. Yeah, he will. I think, you know, it was significant, a change in tactics for Murad. They rode him like stamina wasn't a problem. He came from off, got beat by unaccompanied, didn't he, at Leopardstown. I just think that, you know, Murad's had his chance to beat him.
Galmoy Hurdle, the John Mulhern Galmoy Hurdle. We had the horse winning that Zaidpur. Vol Le Vedette in second. These are 2 possibles. 2 possibles, but I don't think, you know, I don't think they're not probables. Yeah.
The possibles for prize money.
Yeah.
Why not Zaidpur?
He's had a few chances on the big stage, and you know, I think he's another horse. He struggles with consistency, this fella. There's no doubt he was a real talking horse last couple of years ago, and unfortunately didn't live up to that billing. You know, and I think that Zaidpur for me isn't good enough. And
Zaidpur's been found wanting at the festival before, and very interesting that they're going here with Vol Le Vedette rather than the mare's race. I mean, the mare's race, she would have been second or first. And
I agree. You know, Quevega is obviously fragile, hasn't run that many times. For me, I'm surprised that they're going this route.
Interesting. What about Willie Mullins, So Young, the big gamble last year? I mean, this horse came good last time, eh?
Yeah, he did. I like this horse.
Yeah,
he looked very good when he was going to Cheltenham last year, and he was. I saw him on the morning actually on the track, and I loved him. He's a really smart horse. This is, but I think, you know, I just think that he's obviously had these problems, and I think he needs soft ground to show his best. So, you know, if the ground comes up a bit of a bog, well then, you know, maybe.
And he may not even be the best of the. He probably won't be the best of the Mullins horses, will he? I mean, it'll be, if 1,000 Stars runs, I can't see that not being Mullins number 1.
No. Yeah, agreed.
Murad would probably be the number 2 because of the fact that he came third last year in the World Hurdle.
And he's not going to run 7, is he? Because there are entries for other horses.
Well,
at the same time.
will run somewhere else, obviously.
So, guys, there you are. 9 to 4 on big bucks. Are we getting stuck in the big bucks or we're not? Mick?
I can't back a horse at 4 to 9, even though he is a multiple champion. For me, Oscar Whisky is the value bet.
Yeah, but are you just going off big bucks because he's 4 to 9? Or do you just think he'll win?
No, well, the thing is, for me, Tomo, like I'm new to this punting game, but for me, even I know that 4 to 9 is short.
Yeah. But
and
some people
he's
like
going to get beaten one of these days. And, you know, at the end of the day, I want to see big bucks win. But if I'm going to be backing something, I won't be backing him at 4 to 9. I'll be taking a bit of 4 to 1 about Oscar
Now, I know
Whisky.
what you're going to say here, Tomo. Your granny always used to say that an odds-on winner
is better than a 10 to 1 loser. Agreed.
The only problem with that theory is we don't know which is which till after the event.
This is true. It is true. But there's one place, and you know, because you're in the ring, we're on the track, winners enclosure, but you're in that betting ring. Some guy might walk up and have 90 grand to win 40.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and it could happen. And I think it might happen.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm sure, yeah. Good luck.
But it won't be you.
Well, with 6 out of 16 of the last odds-on shots winning, and therefore 10 losing, no, it won't be me.
And what are you on then?
I've backed Oscar Whisky in some each-way multiples, 4 to 1, and the interesting thing is 1,000 Stars is still available at 4 to 1 in the market without big bucks. Do you want to be on 1,000 Stars without big bucks at 4 to 1, or do you want to be on Oscar Whisky at 4 to 1 with big bucks? That's a close call.
Big bucks, wouldn't it be fantastic? He could do it again and just keep that unbeaten record. It's going to be a fantastic Ladbroke World Hurdle, but there's no doubt Oscar Whisky's going to push him all the way. Stacks to look forward to.